Hi, my name is James. N4CVN is my call sign. I'm out of Chesapeake, Virginia, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the shack that I have here for amateur radio. One of the things about my shack is it is a budget shack. So if you're looking for an L-Craft, if you're looking for something top of the line or something very new, I don't have it. I run off of older radios, but they work for me and I like them a lot. So I'm going to do a product review right now of a power supply that I got, the MFJ 4035 millivolt power supply. I purchased it from HAMRADIO outlet about 2 years ago for $150, and they still sell it for about the same price, about $150, and so I figured I'd do a bit of a review on it. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and flip this sucker around and talk about this. So this right here is the power supply. You can see I currently have it on. I don't have my radio. I mean, it works okay for the radio. It powers it up okay. It does a pretty good job. Things I like about the power supply is it was only $150 for a 35 amp power supply, and it seems to work okay. Obviously you have voltage adjustment, so you can sit there and you can play with that. It does have a notch right there that it goes into to set it right at 13.8 volts, if you can read that, which is good for all of your DC equipment inside your shack. It does operate at 35 amps, so it does have the ability to hook up multiple radios within your shack to a single power supply and have enough output to operate them at one time. Things I don't like. Okay, so we're going to go over this. Things I don't like. These posts. I do not like the power post being in the front. This means I have to, in order to protect my leads, I have to bend them back up underneath, and I'm sure I'm violating some kind of minimum bend radius with these postings here. I do not like the auxiliary connectors in the front also. So if they were to move the auxiliary connectors from the front and the post to the back, and they would move both of these to the back, this would be a pretty solid power supply. However, MFJ, as my dad likes to say, is called mighty fine junk, and you know we have some mighty fine junk here. I do like the 10 amp output here, cigarette lighter output that you would like have in your car, so I could charge a cell phone or charge my tablet while I'm operating. It does have enough power for my auxiliaries. I mean, I have powered, if you take a look at in my shack, I have powered my sign. I've powered I have before at one time powered my peripherals for my Icom off of this. But for the most part, it's a good enough power supply for my budget shack. I have another power supply in the shack, an Astron 20 amp. I have that connected to my more newer radio, simply because I prefer to use a cleaner power out of it, and I not that I don't trust the MFJ power supply, I just would rather have the nicer power supply hooked up to that. I haven't had any noise issues with the MFJ 4035. I've heard some people might have. I've never seen anyone else use it, so couldn't tell you. I haven't seen many reviews on it, so doing my due diligence and helping people out. Once again, for a $150 power supply for 35 amps, it's pretty good. However, postings in the front you could violate some minimum bend stuff, and when the weather gets cold, I'm sure if you live up in the northern states and you might have your radio out in a space that you got to have a heater in, those could become brittle over time, and you could have some problems. Works for me though. All right, this is N4CVN signing off.